Hello and welcome to Jurisedge Academy's YouTube channel. In this video, we are going to discuss a self-study plan for CLAT PG 2023 aspirants. Before we move further, we have an official Telegram channel in which we post daily subject-wise MCQs for law subjects. If you're interested, do check out the link from the link given in the description box. Now coming to the very important question that many aspirants preparing for any competitive exams are faced with is whether they should be preparing for the exam on their own or should they join a coaching. Now this is an important question to ask yourself because ultimately your goal is to crack the exam, whether you are going to appear for LL.M exams or whether you want to go for a PSU job. Now both of them have their own benefits. The first is, can you crack CLAT PG by self-study? The very astounding answer to this is yes, you can crack CLAT PG just by self-study, and not only can you crack it, but you can even get a All India rank under 50 by the right strategy. The second question is that do coachings help? The answer to this is also yes, because the coachings basically help you streamline your preparation. They give you the strategy, they give you the material, and it becomes easier. But ultimately, how you should decide should be totally based on what suits you. You should analyze as to how good you are in your concepts. You should analyze your financial commitments, and then you should take a call whether you want to prepare for the exam on your own or whether you want some additional assistance. So that choice definitely has to be yours. In this video, we are going to help you with a self-study plan for CLAT PG 2023, which is scheduled to be held in December 2022. We have also made previously a video on how to prepare for CLAT PG in 6 months, so do check that out for understanding how much time has to be dedicated for different areas. Now coming to three important things. If you're going to prepare on your own, you need to have the right strategy because competitive exams are all about the smart work. They don't really necessarily test your knowledge of how hard or how well you know everything relating to law, but they basically analyze how smartly you have worked and whether you have understood the needs of that particular exam or not. So the same applies for CLAT PG as well. So please remember these three things before starting your preparation. First is that before preparing for anything, and in this case of course CLAT PG, you should do an analysis of past year papers. You should analyze the trend and the pattern that is visible from that. So for 2023 aspirants, you have three papers on the recent pattern, that is CLAT PG 2020, 2021 and 2022. So sit and analyze the papers first. See what areas are tested, what areas are frequently tested, and what kind of questions are coming in this exam. The second thing that you should know is that the Bare Act is your best friend. No matter how many commentaries are there in the market, no matter how much study material a coaching is offering you, you always have to remember that ultimately it is the concepts and the knowledge of the Bare Act that will save you in any exam that tests your legal knowledge. So understand this and give Bare Act the importance that it deserves. Third is revision and practice will set you apart. In any competitive exam, this applies evenly, that revision is the key. The reason why everybody keeps parroting the same line is because it actually works. So not only reading everything will help you, but making sure that you timely revise it and practice questions that are set on that particular pattern really help you in the examination because they prepare you, they help you with time management, and they basically help you understand that what kind of questions are generally repeated in any given examination. So revision and practice is the key to cracking any competitive exam, particularly CLAT PG. Now let's look at a few sources because you will be preparing on your own. So you should be referring to the right sources because there's no dearth of material available in the market for reading any subject that you might want to read. But you should not be focusing on too many sources for your concepts, and we will see what are some good sources for preparing for basics, particularly for CLAT PG examination. So there are three things which really help. One is of course the Bare Act. The first and the foremost thing that you should be reading for any law subject is the Bare Act itself. Second is self-notes. Now these self-notes may be from your college times when you have studied that subject and when you have prepared those notes, or they could also be from a time where if you were preparing for any competitive exam and you had made notes at that time. So this is optional because not everybody will have access to self notes. It depends on how well you have previously read that particular subject. But what really helps is any LLM guide. There are a few important and good LLM guides available in the market. You should purchase them and you should stick with the syllabus that is mentioned in them because they are particularly suited for LLM entrance exams. So BERACS and any 1 or 2 LLM guides should be preferred for preparing for your basics. Now coming to case laws, how to prepare case laws, because you know that CLAT PG has specifically mentioned that they will be testing your knowledge of recent case laws as well. Now, how many case laws will they ask, whether the questions will largely be based from case laws or concepts, that depends on paper to paper. So if you look at 2020, 2021 and 2022 paper, you'll realize that weightage of case laws has varied in all the exams, but it is still important for you to read case laws because definitely case laws are going to be asked in CLAT PG. So which case laws should you read? Because there are so many case laws from the last 2 to 3 years that it is impossible for you to read all of them. So for that, you should be referring to websites which provide monthly or yearly compendium of important cases. Because you have to understand that in any given year, there are only 20 to 30 judgments in total, which are like really important from the perspective of the law that they lay down. So you can refer to websites which provide this compendium, or you can also refer to our previous videos where we have made monthly compendium of important cases for CLAT PG examination. Now we come to how to practice and learn time management, because once you're done with your basics, once you're done with case analysis, now you need to know what you need to practice, how you have to suit your preparation for this particular examination. So in CLAT PG, time management is the key because there are comprehension passages and then there are questions attached to it, and you have to answer all of this in 2 hours. So time management may be tricky for a few candidates, and here are 2 things which really help with practice and time management. First is practicing previous year papers. Not only those papers which are on the recent pattern, but in general practicing previous year papers of any law exam. So you can refer to previous year papers of CLAT even before 2020. You can refer to papers of ILET, ILI, papers for judiciary as well, because some areas in judicial exams paper are also relevant for you guys. So as many previous year papers you can find of any law subject, practice them. Second is join a mock test series, and the reason why you should join any mock test series, not just our mock test series, is because it helps you with time management. It helps you understand whether you will be able to solve this particular paper on this particular pattern within 2 hours or not. So you will learn from your mistakes and you will work on them, and that will really help you in the final examination. So even if you do not want to take a coaching, you should still join any mock test series that you think is good for you, because that will really help you with time management and finally acing your exam. So this brings us to the end of our video. We have shared some tips for you. We have also made strategy videos for 6-month and 3-month preparation for CLAT PG. So do check them out if you want a detailed understanding. Lastly, please remember, if you're preparing on your own, then self-discipline is the only thing that will get you through. So be determined, know your end goal as to why you are preparing for this exam and why do you want to ace it. So this brings us to the end of our video. If you like this video, please like and share and subscribe to our YouTube channel.